Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new series here on the MetaCraft server. I am so excited to get started and to build on this server. I have a lot of plans and ideas in place, so I really hope that you guys all enjoy them as much as I am enjoying designing them. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's jump here to a little segment I like to call Storytime with Callie. So we started off this server as a lot of SNPs start gathered in a circle, chatting and introducing all of ourselves. Now, my audio quality was not good enough for me to actually let you guys listen to everybody's introduction, but here's the crew. Yeah, we gathered in a circle, and after enbentz welcomed everybody, we were off. Now, enbentz, Bygl, myself, and MiniWheatsMC all kind of live very near to each other, so we all took off in a group. This is where MiniWheatsMC experienced his first 2 deaths, and we had a lot of fun gathering up some resources before I came over here to my base location, which is this big mushroom island, which obviously is mycelium. Mycelium is fine, but this is all changing. But I wanted the challenge of being able to build up and re-terraform this beautiful island, and I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to show you guys the plans that I have. I think it's going to be a blast this season, getting to know everybody and having some fun here on the server. Well, once I got here to my island, I started grinding, and we have ourselves an enchanting setup, we have ourselves a mine. As I'm sure you guys have noticed, there is actually a couple of azalea trees here on my island, and that's right, we got a gorgeous lush caves right underneath of our feet. So at some point I'll take you guys down there and show it off to you. But here, as the sun sets, I think it is time that we jump into a time lapse and get building up our starter base. Well, everyone, just like that, we have completed at least the exterior of our starter base, and I am in love. This turned out so much better than I could ever hope or imagine. And as you can tell with the roof, I have used copper, and it is oxidizing. I don't want anything past the first oxidation, but we have no wax, so that will come very soon in another episode. But what do you guys think? I really love how this has turned out with the texturing of the walls and the little windmill sail thing at the top. It looks so amazing. So here on the back, there's not much. It's just pretty plain. There will be some windows added once we do the interior, but for now, I think it's looking great. And I did add this little path going down towards the water. And so at the end here, I didn't go any further, but I would actually like to make a bit of a dock here and put a ship out in the sea because, I mean, we are an island. So if we're an island, I think we should have some ships around. So we ended up putting in a little windmill, another second tiny one, and I played around with it for a while and I really like how this came out. You got the little bit of a curve of the windmill and you got some more copper in those areas. And then here on the front, we got a little bit of a cog and some chains with cauldrons, and I love the look of that. I think it really adds to this build. Let's go and find Boat Cow. And in case you're wondering who Boat Cow is, he's a mushroom who decided he wanted to get into my boat, and I haven't released him yet, so I figured we'd have a pet and somebody to boat around with us. Boat Cow, I would like you. Hello, Boat Cow. Are you gonna look at me? No? Oh, thank you. Meet my friends. Anyways, this is Boat Cow. He goes with us everywhere. Feel free to help me name him. That is a gorgeous view, and I love it so much. So if we go over this direction just a little bit and we take a look back, this looks fabulous here on the edge of the ocean with the wharf coming down and the lights lighting it up. I love it. I really do. This is amazing. So as you can see, I have added grass in areas. It's not obviously fully grass because I just didn't have that much grass on me. But I really love how green it is, and so much different than the mycelium everywhere. So eventually, over time, this whole area will become grass. That is the goal. I want this to be a very lush green area. And I think now is probably a good time to let you guys know the build style that I'm planning for this season. Steampunk, which I've never built steampunk before, but I would say for my first steampunk build, this has turned out really well, and I'm excited to add to the builds around here in more of a steampunk style. The next thing we need to do is finish off the interior inside of the starter base. I have an idea, well, a few ideas actually, on how to accomplish that. But I thought instead of just trying to do another time lapse with an interior and difficulties there, I thought that I would just take you guys along and we could build it together. So I think we've gathered enough materials to complete the interior. So welcome to the interior of the base. Yeah, not much to look at, but we are definitely gonna fix this. So the goal is here to use stripped birch logs as the floor here. Now, currently I am going to leave the basement or like underneath of this floor empty and it'll just be like this, but there might be time down later that we decide to actually build in a basement and do something down here, but I don't know what that is yet. So we're just going to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. But we're just going to rotate the birch logs, and yes, it is definitely not going to look like this. We will for sure strip them. Floor is in, now let's strip it. Now in this back wall, I would like to have a door right in the center. And because of where it's at, we can just do that. Next up, I would like 2 lofts, but we need to extend this downwards and of course strip these. There we go. And we will take one of these across. Better when you actually line it up properly. And then on this end bit, let's just do a couple of stairs and a little bit of an archway. That's looking good. As I look at this now, I do realize that I made a bit of mistake in building this from what I built in my creative world, but I think in the grand scheme of things, this will work out anyways. So we are just going to make ourselves a little bit of a stairway. And on the top here, we are just going to use slabs in order to keep the height. And if right here, we take our fences and put them along, and then we grab lanterns. So let's just cover this up like so. This is going to be our floor for this room up top here. So we'll fix the whole floor later once we're actually ready to go up there. But for now, we just kind of need to see what it's going to look like down here so I can figure out how to cover the rest of this area. I think that will be perfect. Right here in the center, we are going to do this. So we just need one more up on this side, and I think that will work fine. If we take a few barrels, we could do this. And now there's storage here, plus there's a furnace array. And I think too, just kind of marking out these windows with these barrels, I think we are just going to shift how this works outside. And we might have to go, yeah, we'll have to go out there and actually see what that looks like and how it works. But I think having it straight on both sides will work amazingly. And so we now have our first little loft. So let me go repeat the same thing over there and I'll catch back with you. So here we have two lofts. Now this one over there has the barrels and then the workstation. This one I want us to set up our chest. This will be kind of our temporary storage, but this will give us lots of space to at least start. I think it looks really nice having these two sets of lofts. Right now, I think we need to focus on this upstairs room. So let's do the spiral staircase right now. So we'll come up and this will be our second room. Perfect. A nice little floor here. And we are going to use this place for our enchanting center, which I think will turn out super nicely. So let me go get the glass and some chains and the bookshelves and all the rest of that, and I will meet you back here. So I did bring the little glass panes for up here. So we'll just throw those in right now. And now I think we should start with the enchanting table, and we have them floating right there. And now we find places to hang these bookshelves. I'm a little tempted to cut off the top here, maybe like right here, and doing a flat roof. Ooh, I like that. Yes, I definitely like the fact that we have the deep slate floor and then a flat roof of the dark oak. I think it works really well. Let's see if that looks any good. Okay, so we have an unenchanted diamond hoe. Okay, this is only level 22. So I think we'll have to come fix this later and maybe in another episode, or I'll do it between episodes because yeah, right now I don't have the materials to make more books. But one of the things I do want to complete while up here is I want to put some lanterns on the ceiling hanging by chains as well. For now, I do really enjoy the hanging look. If the hanging look does not work, I will just put it around this little square as you come up, or we might reposition the stairs. So if we come back downstairs, I am really enjoying how this is all coming together. And one of the things that, as you can see, is not in this is a bed. And since this is my starter house, it'd probably be a good idea to have a bed. So we are going to put a bed right against this wall. So I am tempted to go down from here and do a couple more pillars. This does make the central staircase a little tight, but I think it's all right. And it does create a little bit more separation then for this to be my bedroom. And then if we covered this area and this one, we now have a bedroom. We could maybe try an archway right here to separate it even more, and maybe a little bit of calcite in this area. So I don't particularly like white beds, but we are actually just going to use white beds right now. And then I want a little bit of a headboard. I definitely would like some bookshelves in there, but I think for now this is going to work just fine, and we have ourselves a bed. And it's simple, but I think that bedroom works just fine. So the kitchen is going to go right here. So I thought right in this area would be a wonderful area for a pantry. And so in order to do that, I think if we just line barrels up along here and some up along this side. Oh wow, I had just enough barrels. That's amazing. And a little bit like this. So I grabbed a few campfires. I don't know if I have enough. I just used as much as the coal that I had. And we extinguish all the campfires. And I brought a little bit of meat. And now we have ourselves a little bit of a pantry. We can put all the food that we desire in here. And I think that'll work out great. So I am thinking a very simple kitchen, but super simple, and I think it works just fine. So over here, again, we are going to separate off this area with calcite, and we're going to make this into our living room. Yeah. So we have a little bit of a table right here. I like this. This is coming out very nicely. Again, I will have to fix our enchanting setup, but I really like the lofts in this area. And so when we come out, we can come out and survey everything out here with our wharf. And once we actually put a ship up here, oh, I think it's going to be looking so good. But now it's just a matter of me moving all our materials over into these chests and filling it out. But other than that, I think this is looking very nice. But what do you guys think? I love this so much. So I'm sure you've noticed that I am wearing enchanted diamond armor. They're not great enchantments, but one of the server members, Birch, he gifted us diamond armor for Christmas. So I figured why not put it to use and wear it. So eventually we'll get some nice enchantments and the like. Yep. This starter base is amazing, and I look forward to continuing with even more steampunk builds. So I really hope that you guys like this episode and that you're as excited as I am about building up this mushroom island into a steampunk village. If you do like this content, please hit that like button, and if you're new, I would absolutely love if you would subscribe. And I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.